Let me tell you about
Yeah.
it.
Let me tell you about mana right now, dude.
I'm not going to wait another second to tell
So,
you about it.
gamers, this is the official sponsor for the FITGMR Performance League. If you're looking for a finance app that understands your love for gaming, check out Mana. It's a free debit card and finance app designed just for you. And we can talk more about this later, but right now I'm sure we're excited to get into the draft that's already underway. So,
Yeah, well, thank you, Mana. Let's hop right into this draft. Here we got teams. Mavericks on the red side versus the big Diff Energy
yeah.
on blue
Be
side
real
here.
careful when you're saying that. You have
Yeah,
to
I
be
gotta
real
be a little
careful.
BDE, a little BDE.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's gonna be Lucian locked in as the first pick, which we do not quite see often. Um, but
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta. I mean, I don't know what to say. I just don't see it very often, for good reason most of the time.
Yeah, I know Lucian Milio is really strong, but Milio is banned. I guess they just really like the Lucian Nami aggression.
Yeah, think about it. You know, first pick Lucian can be one of those things where you've got if you first pick the Lucian, it prevents them from being able to R1 and 2 Lucian Nami. So
Hmm.
then either they have to pick Nami away from you and then combo it with something else, which Nami doesn't really like have it's just not as strong to play Lucian Jinx or something, or sorry, Nami Jinx than it would be like Nami Lucian. Now, I know I've seen a lot of people doing great with Nami Jin, so that maybe could have been something if that was in the Mavericks repertoire. But for right now, they're not able to get that. They went with the Jinx and Maokai for that jungle, prioritizing that jungler. Still very very strong. Lucian Nami into the Vi. Now Vi is really nice into Maokai. So I've actually played the
Hmm.
matchup a lot, and you would think it should be Maokai favored because of like his cube knockback and like his CC onto the Vi, but his main CC, like the biggest thing about Vi is that she's unstoppable when she ults. So like in team fights, she's all like you can't peel her off of your ADC as Maokai. And Jinx is got no appeal. She's she literally can't get away even if a Gale Force is going to be hard against the Vi. So I really like this pickup.
Hmm.
Easy to combo it with Nami ulti as well, and then Lucian's burst damage. So interesting to see how they pilot that. What do you think about this Braum pickup?
They're just really trying to go for this Jinx hyper carry. You got Maokai for the zone control, you got Braum for the peel, but like you said, you can't exactly peel a vial with either of those champions. So I don't know. I've seen like Morgana as like a counter pick to like the Vi. You just black shield and then the
Yeah.
AD carry walks away, but it is a little bit not what you probably want to play into the Lucian Nami lane.
Yeah, it's asking just a hard to lose lane for a chance at a later game that may not ever come.
Hmm.
But Syndra going to be the blind mid lane here. They're going to give over that R5 counter pick to their top laner. I mean, to be fair, it could still technically be a Maokai top. Not normally seen here, but maybe, the master player J-Chan 3580. I'm imagining they want to just make sure they give him counter pick and make sure he can really get going and popping off in that top lane and see what they decide to blind. And it's going to be the blind Shen, which is honestly a pretty safe blind. There aren't too many champions that just like absolutely destroy Shen matchups.
Yeah.
Like he's a pretty safe pick, and even if behind, he's always going to be useful with his split push presence and obviously his shield through his ulti. And most of the time we see Radiant Virtue, so just basically a supportive top laner here, always a great pick.
Hmm.
What do you
Hmm.
like here into the
And
Syndra?
I'd say all right. No,
I think
genuinely,
they should go Ari. Oh
yeah, that's
wait.
crazy. Yeah, wait a minute. I'm more interested. Like, you can pretty much lock anything into the Shen lane. Like, Shen doesn't lose into a lot, but he also doesn't beat a whole lot. Like, he beats like the melee champs. I think the Kale matchup should be pretty good for
So
Kale here.
yeah, this is a toughie because Kale. This is scary. Giving somebody like J-Chan the Kale into a matchup that can't punish the Kale enough to really set her behind. So Shin isn't gonna lose by any means this early game, and in fact he should have an advantage. But it's not like playing Pantheon or I don't know, maybe like a Garen or a Darius, or just getting like really fed, off rip, and then making it so that the Kayle can never even get to late game. Like Kayle should be able to keep up in CS. She's not gonna have any prio early, but that's pretty much okay with them. It's it's Maokai jungle. He's gonna be playing towards that bot side anyway. Top lane probably just be a bit of an island unless Vi wants to maybe try to put the Kayle behind and get some free kills up there, which I definitely could see happening. But interesting thing with Kayle is her ability to auto attack Shin while he has the zone block, as long as she has her wave.
Really? Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so she could auto the minions who aren't in the block zone, and it will still hit the Shin. Similar to how Graves could auto attack a minion on the outside of it, but Shin would block it, and it would technically still hit him. Same thing with like Teemo Blind and things like that. It's super weird how it works, and I don't know if that's intended, but so Kayle, honestly, I think is a good pick here. They got the counter pick that they wanted. I think by all accounts, Kayle ends up being a counter for the matchup, just because Shin's supposed to be able to split push, and Kale's just gonna say no. Like Kale's gonna get level 11 2 items and just say no. And you're gonna be
level 1 through 6. It's gonna be real hard though.
True,
but like, does Vi really want to spend all her resources top when they have this Lucian Nami lane that kind of wants to get ahead early into Jinx Braum? Like,
that's why I really like this red team draft, because your assumption is, all right, well, it's Lucian Nami, Vi's gonna be living bot, and so they're basically saying pick one. Either commit to your Lucian Nami getting them ahead, or get Kayle behind and try to end the game before she scales. But I mean, red team's composition is so scale heavy with this Jinx Kayle, and then Braum just like making it even harder, just with the auto attacks coming in from Kayle and Jinx on the Braum passive. Obviously Maokai great zone control, and Syndra can just one-shot anyone at any point on this team except for Shin. So actually, once she gets her ulti to do execute true damage,
that's pretty good.
I think it'll be all right. So what are you thinking here? Who's really got the advantage? I've kind of given my POV, but
all right, I'm gonna call it right now.
Okay.
Well, okay, sorry. In a vacuum, there is no way that Team 20 even gives there's no way they drop even like the first 2 or 3 dragons. They just have so much aggression. Like they have Shen, they have early Vi pressure. All Team 22, all they need to do is minimize losses as much as possible, track the Vi, but it's never that simple. I always say oh yeah,
just do it.
Clear advantage, and then it goes the complete opposite way, and I look like an idiot. So I think both teams have very clear ways to win the game.
Yeah,
but
I think it's one of those things too that the Braum here can't go unnoticed, because Nami presses Q, Braum just soaks it with his shield. Just the interaction. She could Q to the right of him, and he's not even in, or she could Q behind him. He'll just block it and soak it up himself. So it's a guaranteed bubble on Nami or on Braum every time. But if he's peeling his Jinx and Kayle and Syndra, then he doesn't care. Obviously, he can also block the Nami ult with his wall. So Nami feels pretty bad in this situation for team fighting type of stuff. Ahri feels pretty bad because Braum does the exact same thing. So their real engage is just focused on Vi ulting the backline with Shen ulting on top of Vi. Because to be fair, Lucian and Ahri, there is no such thing as kiting for blue team. They're not gonna, or kiting backwards at least. Their whole thing, they're all in. Lucian's dashing, Gale forcing in, Ahri's ulting in, Vi's ulting in with Shen ulting in, and Nami's just trying to keep up. That's what's going to be happening. And to be fair, that's exactly what red team wants. They want to just sit back and kite them coming forward, which Jinx and Kayle and Maokai and Braum and Syndra are all very good at. But I like compositions that don't just have one specific track. So I like the fact that red team, while it is really easy for them to kite back, they can easily counter engage. once they get rid of all of the like once blue team uses all their dashes and tries to get on, if that fails, then it's super easy to just turn on them with the Maokai ult, with the Braum ult, with the Syndra stun, zap from Jinx, Kale just zooming in, because I don't understand how, like, why does her W give her so much move speed? It blows my mind, man.
Yeah, that champion zooms, man. It's really annoying.
There was I got ran down by a K. I was playing Hecarim, and I had ghosted and Yomused. And Kale caught up to me. And to be fair, she also had Ghost. But she just Ghost W'd. And she got in range to auto me. Like, huh? That doesn't seem very fair to me. But
I would agree.
We'll see how it ends up going. Syndra Ahri matchup. Who do you take in that matchup? In just the 1v1?
I don't actually know if either of these players play the champions that they're playing. So that's kind of...
There you go.
Let me do a little research here. You'd think I would.
Throw out get the OPGGs cooking.
Wait. I could be literally just shamelessly lying, but it says that Thriller is a Nautilus main.
Huh.
Oh, but it's a special eye. Dude, I hate players, dude. I hate League of Legends players. The funny usernames and all this fun stuff.
Oh my god.
I actually hate them.
My friend has an account named My Barrel. He's a GP1 trick. And the entire time, like, for like a whole year, I would always try to like invite him to lobbies, and it never would work. And he was just like, dude, I think my account's bugged, like blah 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 blah. Come to find, literally like a year and a half later, that one of the L's is an I. But like he didn't remember making it like that. So like it's like My Bare Isle. And we just,
that's pretty good.
Every single time but it literally doesn't look any different. It's so crazy. They need to change their font so it's more obvious.
But I did a little research. So it looks like Solo Zero over here is actually an Ahri / Syndra player. So Thriller picked away the Ahri to maybe take Solo Zero off a stronger matchup, but then they just fell back on another champion they feel comfortable on. If we're just looking at like the champ matchup, I'm not too familiar with how the Ahri matchup plays out now that she gets like a billion more healing on her abilities or has like all these resets and stuff. So
yeah, I'd go as far to say that it's a skill matchup, and I think it's early game Ahri favored, but late game it's just Syndra hits a stun and one shots the Ahri.
And you're dead, yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into this game. And we'll see. Hello. All right, there we go.
Oh.
I guess it's just a little funny pause. Wait, I went borderless mode, man. It says borderless. Go to borderless. Don't you say when it does that? Like you swap the mode, and then it's just like, nice try, buddy.
Just kidding.
You clearly didn't. Alrighty. So, both junglers opting into rune choices. The one I do agree with is the Maokai. The one I don't agree with is Vi. I think the Conquer is correct, but I really dislike when on champions like Vi where you have specific items that are just so important. I think Magical Footwear and Cosmic Insight are just too OP. And you don't really get that much from things like the Resolve Tree, especially on something like Vi. I would imagine they went unflinching. Yeah.
Unflinching shield bash.
Shield bash, unflinching. First off, shield bash on a champion, like on a jungler, bad. Right? Like shield bash is good for short trades and stuff, but the scaling of it is like really ineffective. And also when you look at something like unflinching, you're getting a little extra tenacity when you're like low HP, like, oh good. So after Vi uses all her ability to get in the fight, now she's low HP, and now she can, like...
Not be stunned? Your champion doesn't care about stuns anyway.
Yeah, she's already in, bro. Like, so yeah, but Cosmic Insight and Magical Footwear, are just too important. I think on like most junglers, it's it's 300 gold for free, and it's extra move
Oh.
speed. Well, the classic Lucian Nami level 2.
What the hell, level 2 guys? What?
What? How did they get that?
They went out. Oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I don't think this is the time to start trading, Kill. That's a nice trade for the young Spooky 69.
Dude.
Ooh,
That Shen passive always just... It surprises me every time.
okay, tell me what you think about that play there from Nami. She leaves lane and goes to ward the... This is a great ward to seize both of them. What do you think about leaving your ADC and missing out on XP and just to go do that?
Well, let me look back and see how much XP they actually lost.
I think it was 2 minions.
Okay, yeah.
I would prefer,
I think if they
after you shoved
crashed
it under
here-
turret, you just both go and...
Yeah, I agree.
Because Malachi then has to call over Syndra because he's like, well, shit. Maybe you know, the Braum has to be called over because, oh, both the enemy bot lane are walking toward your jungle. Vi's probably there taking your blue. Like, they have to concede so much there. And now they're both going over, but it's going to be a little late, but...
Okay, so
They're not
it looks
calling
like
it out.
she...
They're going to go in with the E, the Q, the auto attack's coming in, the flash over to follow. Dagger Doom going to get taken down first blood and double buffs. Goes over to the Lucian. So worked out in the end. And I mean, that was
look
exactly
really
what
dumb
both
right
of those
now.
players would have done. So, but
You look really dumb right now, K-Man. 'cause
do
you said it
I?
was a
I
bad
think
play.
I think the
You
people
said
who
it was a
didn't
bad
call
play.
it out look dumb. That's what I think, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, getting the ward, great job from the Nami. I still think they could have done it as tag team. But I mean, regardless, still getting that first blood. I think that's one of the situations as jungle where you just gotta understand that's not for you. You just gotta give over your gromp the second you see them leave lane. You either have to drop ward to make sure you know they're coming, or you know, just let it be. Both junglers opting into the green smite as well. Ooh, nice charm landing there from Thriller. Solo Zero taking some good damage back, but the airy auto attacks are actually humongous. And we're going to see Vertigo looking for a Vi gank from the top side of the mid lane here. But Solo Zero is just committing really hard. Has flashed. The charm flash not going to quite land. It was a little bit of a... Solo Zero needs to be very careful here. There's the flash, but it's a heal coming in from the Nami to keep him really, really healthy. And four people.
All the boys showed up to that
The
one.
squad. Gang.
And bot lane loses half away for that, but I mean, I'd say that's pretty worth.
Especially with it going on to the Lucian, 100% take that trade every single time. 300 more gold into his pocket. Looking at a 900 or 600 gold lead in just on his enemy ADC. Down 7 CS, but up 2 kills. So that'll do her. Now, what do you think about,
brother.
what do you think about these green smites?
I love Blue Smite. I'm a Blue Smite enjoyer personally.
Okay.
See, like maybe on the Vi as like the engage, like you really want any extra HP to keep you alive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, I can see a justification for it for Vi at least. I don't know about Maokai here. They're never engaging really, so I feel like Blue Smite's just infinitely better for navigating the map and trying to keep up with Vi's tempo as she like tries to set the pace of the game.
All right, hear me out.
Okay.
I think both junglers should go red smite here.
Interesting. Why?
Well, first off, J-Chen is just beating him up. The reasoning, all right, I 100% think Maokai should be going the red smite. You have phase rush, so you're already plenty fast. You also have celerity and water walking, and oh, wait, huh? That missed, and that missed. Okay, they're just playing ring around the misses. Okay, skill shots are hard, but I think in the end, the airy auto attacks are gonna, work out more for the Syndra here. We'll get back to the red smite here in a second because the flash is not available for Mr. Dagger Doom, but ultimate is available for Thriller, and I don't think they're gonna be able to go for this. So red smite on a champion like the Mr. Maokai here is pretty lit. Just because you jump in and you just like one-shot people. You get them so low, and you don't really need, like you said, you don't really need the green in this game. And also your ult, like, can apply it if it hits people at the same time, So Yeah, I'm a fan of the red smite just because the extra damage can be really, really beneficial, especially when you're going onto some of these squishy targets to just one-shot them. And again, like, I don't think you need the blue smite since you have phase rush, and I don't think you need and like all the extra like water walking celerity. And I also don't think you need the green because if you're getting CC'd against that team, you're probably just mispositioning. So you don't need the early tenacity that the green shield gives you, as well as you don't really need the shield. You're tanky enough. So yeah, that's why I think red smite is best here on the Maokai. And then on Vi, what is Vi's purpose this game? It is
go in and press R.
Yeah, go in, press R, and kill. Oh, wait a minute. The Q flash coming in. One more auto attack will do it. Vertigo with a nice pickup there on the gank mid lane. Solo Zero still without that flash, so Vertigo going to pick that one up nicely. And it's going to be 3 kills to 0. But yeah, just like there, Vi, her entire purpose, she's going to jump in and either just one-shot one of these carries. And then she's going to die. That's honestly what's going to be happening. And so no amount of green shield or blue smite movement is gonna prevent the death, but the damage, like if you just press R on Jinx, auto Q, auto E, like you just one-shot her with the red smite. And like that's what you need to be doing in every single one of these fights, because the second you come out of your ult, you have to burst her, one-shot her, or else you're gonna get Braum autoed, then you're gonna get stunned up, then Maokai's gonna W, you know, then you're just dead, you're just gonna get CC'd. Like no amount of tenacity is gonna save you. So I prefer the red smite here in this game. I think a lot of games you do need the green smite, but this is one where you have a very clear win con on the Vi, and I think it makes sense to just go with the red smite. But you know what? Teach their own. People practice with certain things, so. But
yeah, I mean, we kind of see what we said was going to happen at the beginning of the game here. It looks like this Kayle really is just getting an island, and all the focus is just mid and bot here, and Vi is just high pressuring, first early dragon, easy aggression bot. Like, I feel like you can predict a lot of these plays if you're red team. They just maybe were not giving the respect they needed to give early.
yeah, taunt under turret that was going to land, but doesn't bring the shield to him, or the sword to him, so he didn't get the block on the first few autos. That could have made a massive difference in this fight. But here comes Ahri, does have the Foxfire available and the whatever that ulti's called. How do I forget? Spirit Rush. And yeah, Kayle doesn't even use the ulti or flash. Just says, you know what? I greeted, pushed too far up, and they get another kill for themselves. Bach, you called it early. You said this is exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah, and then they come top. I don't know.
Wait, am I crazy? What is?
I don't know. Are you?
What is Vi building? Should I try
Triforce. This looks a little out of the ordinary.
Because it's Caulfield that builds into Sunder.
Correct.
And I know they changed. You know that actually. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. That's a one-shot coming in. Nami gone fishing. that was a bad one. But dead.
We love to see that.
Dead to rights, and they're gonna go in. The charm's gonna land into the Q. Boom. Big was it?
I just really don't like when people reset like in the war zone out here, man.
They really don't.
You gotta.
Oh, wait a minute. He's gonna take him under turret. Vertigo. You don't want to be here. Okay, the flash is good from Solo Zero. Is going to get out of that one. And this is how the Kayle matchup can go. Honestly, do you ever just not go TP on the Kayle? You just go Ghost Flash?
That might be it, dude.
Oh, my. Wait a minute. The turnaround comes in, but Spooky flashes. Oh, I think I think he overestimated the Kale's ability to be able to kill him there. I think Jay Chang gets very lucky to have survived that encounter.
I mean, look at gold, but then also look at kills and then look at gold difference.
That's going to be the tidal wave going wide. Yeah, the CS difference is pretty massive. Like, it's only a 900 gold lead for 5 kills to 1 plus 2 dragons. Like, I think red team are really setting themselves up to be in a great spot here with 15 CS difference bot. Even though they're down 2 kills, it's still massive. And then 35 CS lead top. And this is going to be a bit of a dive coming in. The Vault Breaker going to go. Oh, but the TP is actually going to be coming in here from Syndra. Thriller going to be able to pick that one up, though. The Super Mega Death Rocket can't quite find it, but Shifu doing so much damage is going to be able to take him down underneath the turret. But here comes Dagger Doom, the Blast Cone over the wall, and they're going to go in for more. The ulti is going to push Vertigo away. Can the Vault Breaker get away? For now, it's okay. Dagger Doom actually going to throw the Q the wrong way, and he's going to get taken down himself. Vertigo picking up another kill. They're 3-0 on this Vi. The Lucian does go down, but still, it's going to end up being a 3-for-2 when it's all said and done for Big Diff Energy.
Oh, man, but gold lead now only a little bit more, but dude, this game, I have a feeling that maybe blue team over here is feeling it. Just like a little bit, oh man, dude, we're down. Oh, sorry, red team's like, man, we're down 5 kills, we're down 2 dragons. It's so hopeless. It's not hopeless, guys.
This is
you
where
have your way into the game still, yeah.
This is actually one of those things that I think it's really hard for people to kind of get when they haven't played competitive for a long time, or even sometimes I've played with players, I've coached players that have had difficulty understanding that like certain things in the game count as wins. For example, we made sure they only got our tier 2 turret. Good job. Or they only got dragon. They didn't get dragon plus 2 kills, and once we get 3 items on this champion, we win the game. So diminishing the advantages that the other team gets are actually wins for you. But people are so I think a lot of times closed-minded to those types of things because they don't see, oh my god, solo 0. Oh, can't quite get the second Q down before the flash comes out. But we're taught every time we're playing League, like, oh my god, they got more dragons. That means the enemy jungler is, outperforming ours, or they have more kills. They're stronger than us. And it's like, it's not how golden XP and items and champions work. But looks like we got a little bit of a pickle here for J-Chan up in the top lane. It looks like he's just going to try to go down to execute, or to not give assist or a kill. But Vertigo says, nah, that's mine, buddy. Goes and ults for it. Probably could have just smited, but...
Probably could have just let the tower kill him at that point, but maybe.
I mean, smite to make sure you get the kill, and more gold for the team with an assist on that. But they are fighting here. They're going to use the ulti from Dagger Doom, but they can't really follow up on it too much. Jinx still working on getting that Storm Razor while it's already a full Gale Force for the Mr. Lucian, and he stays in a turret. Might be a little bit of a pickle. Oh, they wanted to bait out it with the Shen ulti. They're under the turret and they're getting taunted up. A huge taunt coming out from Spooky. It's a double kill. Solo 0 gonna find a 1 kill in the 1v2 mid lane. Dagger Doom running for his life, and the Kale TP's bot, but isn't gonna be able to find anything. And this is Big Diff Energy just making such massive plays over and over and over again. A perfect bait there. We thought he was crazy for going back under that turret, but they had a plan. They knew exactly what they were doing, and great stuff from Big Diff Energy on the communication.
Yeah, a little bit of a mechanical misplay too. We saw the Jinx traps miss. Solution could dash out to safety there. We saw, we missed Bramall because of that too. But
Vertigo, this ain't the move, bucko. Gonna give a 500 goal shutdown if they can give this over to the KL. Yes, they can. Wow. A humongous mistake right before Dragon spawns as well. Vertigo greeting way too hard for the blue buff. Man, we all been there. Unlucky, as the kids would say. They're going to be fighting this Dragon still, even though they don't have any pressure. I think it's rough, though. I mean, Vi will be up in time to hopefully get there as long as Red Team doesn't start it on spawn. But Red Team should start on spawn because Blue Team really needs, Big Diff Energy really need this Dragon to try to be able to threaten Soul, but they're just giving it. Oh, this feels super bad, but I guess they felt like they had no option. But this is one of those things. Getting this Dragon, just basically, if you're on Mavericks here, you just think all right, we just solidified the win because now we have another 2 dragons. Now we can give them another dragon if we need to while we keep scaling. So that's massive for the Mavericks. Oh, wait. Woo. Okay, didn't get the steal. So, Bach, what do they got to do here to push the tempo of this game to make sure they can end it before the scaling comes in for Mavericks?
Well, the first thing we need to talk about is our vision we got going on here. We kind of are just getting choked out across the entire top side of the map, which is a little unfortunate. We got Baron spawning here. Actually, it's 3 minutes,
Oh,
but
wait a minute. Gonna be the cease and desist coming in. The damage is gonna land. The charm as well. One more auto will do it. Vertigo picking that up. It is the Triforce like we were talking about earlier. And
it's too good.
it's doing
Too
damage. Doing damage. Now, Buck.
But I think
Yeah,
the way into the game here is like we got to create as much space for Kale as possible. I'm talking about vision lines and just let her work, let her cook. All the gold's on Kale now, like up what almost 80 CS.
Oh, going in with the taunt, but he's going to get it turned back around. Kale has the ulti. There's a flash from Spooky if need be. Hasn't quite used it. Guess we're going to be watching top lane now because Vertigo is doing the same thing over and over. Still going to get rooted up. Can they find anything? No! The cease. Oh my god. Shifu shows up out of nowhere. And you know what? I'll bite my tongue on that one. The unflinching plus Merc Tread's tenacity allowed Vertigo to get out of that Maokai route so quickly that the traps, the zap, and the Braum Q weren't able to land. So, you know what?
Is
I
that
guess
the
they
play?
know better.
Is that the play? Do we just like, all right, Vi, just invade no matter what? Timings don't matter. Just go in there. Get
As long-
crazy.
Bro, if you got enough tenacity, you're good, right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
My god. They're going to be able to pick up this bot lane turret.
It's got 60% tenacity right now. That's pretty good.
We love it.
Uh,
It's going to matter a whole lot when they perfectly layer the CC.
We'll see. It'll happen. Maybe.
Maybe. One thing to note on is while the Triforce is nice, I still believe in the Divine Sunderer. Now, I know for those of you who believe everything you hear, you would assume that, oh, wait a minute. My god, kill is cool. You would believe that Divine Sunderer is nerfed and you shouldn't build it. But that could not be further from the truth. Divine Sunderer was buffed other than for when you're hitting tanks. So, you do more damage in general, but you deal less damage to tanks, which was a lot of the reason why people would build it sometimes. But now, like, if you're against squishies, it's still really good. It just doesn't do as much, max percent damage as it used to do. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
What are you building on Sejuani nowadays, K-Man?
Bro, you already know. I
don't know.
It depends on the team. A lot of games I prefer, especially if they're like melees or if they have like really good kite ability. I prefer the Iceborne Gauntlet with, well, you see, like, you rush Balmy Cinder for clear, and then you go Iceborne Gauntlet, finish the Sunfire Cape, and then depending on their team, oh, wait a minute, Vi is doing the face checking, but remember, she has 60% tenacity, so it's okay. But then, then you go into what you need, whether it's, if you need MR, you go with the Fawn, you need armor, getting something like Thornmail for the anti-heal, or even just getting a Warmogs to build up your, do more damage. Oh my god, Vi's getting in there! They're going in for this all-out fight, and it's working! Vi does so much damage, the rest of the team is there to back him up, and Thriller's gonna be able to take that one down. Dagger Doom low on the backside now, Thriller getting in and out so quickly, and they're just gonna be able to pick up that one kill, but it's right before Dragon, so it should be a turret and a Dragon here for Big Diff Energy, and they reclaim a lot of that, advantage back that they kind of were losing after a few missteps by Vertigo. And that's a Fawn already from the Vi. Fawn second.
I just was amazed, dude. She was like living in the middle of their team for forever there. It's Green Smite.
It's the Green Smite diff. It's honestly... The Fawn second's an interesting one. Normally you would want to go Black Cleaver second, but noticing that the strong members were just the heavy magic damage dealing ones, and it wasn't actually the Maokai wasn't super tanky yet, Braum wasn't super tanky yet, so the Black Cleaver could kind of take a back back. What's the word? Back. But what is it called? When you like
Backseat?
back. Yeah, Jesus Christ! I couldn't think of the word seat.
You could.
My God. Yeah, it kind of just took a back seat. So they're going to start up this Baron, though. They know that the other team's on reset. Shen does have the ulti available. Can Vertigo possibly look for a steal? The smites are both available. They don't have any vision just yet, though. They're going to force off Vertigo. Trying to get into the pit's going to go with the unstoppable force, but the bounty has been claimed. Baron going over to the Mavericks, and they're trying to fight this one out, but it's so much damage from Vertigo. The Kale ulti comes down to keep Zero alive for now, but it's not going to be enough. There's so much damage. Ari in the backside. Spooky coming in as well. Dagger Doom is doing a lot of work, though, on this Maokai. The big Nami tidal wave, but it's not going to be enough because of the Braum shield. Phoenix is kiting it out. Spooky going in with the dashes. The peel from Dagger is massive. Thriller doing what he can, but Phoenix doing what they can, but it's not going to be enough just yet. They do get 2 people with the Baron. It's a 3 for 2 when it's all said and done, but the Baron going over to Mavericks, and you will take that 100% of the time, Bach.
Dude, that fight was played really well. I love just the zoning of like Maokai saplings, Maokai ult, the Kale ult shield to save the Cinder as long as possible, and the Braum shield for like the Nami wave. That was huge. So, really good fight.
You know what, Bach? Hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
Where's the Edge of Night for my Lucian here? What's that Maw gonna do for you?
Yeah, about nothing. Edge of Night is just I see every single champion building that item. Like, dude, don't build Banshees, build Edge of Night. Don't build Hex Drinker, build Edge of Night.
Like, Lucian gets so much from like lethality. And you know, a lot of times you'll see Lucians going collector in these spots. But I think the Edge of Night just gives that survivability to where you can really just jump in and do whatever you want. And like, because again, it's one of those things where like, even with Hex Drinker, if you get Maokai ulted or you get Syndra stunned or whatever, like you're getting one shot anyway. Like the Maul's not saving you. So. Ooh, a taunt from Spooky's gonna land, but a great Kale divine intervention gonna come out, and here comes the Maokai ulti, keeping them all sedated, and Phoenix getting excited, but it's a huge disengage coming out from just joshing on this Nami, and they're gonna have to just say goodbye to Spooky. It looked good at first, but they didn't have the damage because, well, divine intervention is pretty. Oh, sorry, it's divine judgment. Did it used to be intervention?
Oh, that's a really great. That's a really great question.
Divine Judgment. Well, I knew it was Divine something at least.
Divine Sunder, maybe. You know.
Well, they're pushing out with the Baron. They got themselves a cannon. Ari's just pushing up a storm mid lane right now. This by the way, this Syndra does a lot of damage.
Yeah, well, we're at 2 items: Shadow Flame, Ludens, and Sork Boots.
Yeah, I really cannot believe. Oh no! Solo Zero!